those criminals. Indian soul is Indian underneath. Earth inner penetrator. Richard from Mexico Gulf by the demons of the horribly, not as if really. God bless it. He to get extract from these evils, who to as their own inherent inner envious attitude, who for their lives of generations remain as a demon's Osura, dawn of satanic game player, extreme humanity, humiliation, and the rest creature's life. Today is Amit Day, Majid, Dattagupta, Sumit, Tusit, Toksai, Uddog, Singh, Vijay Singh, Pasit, Singha Ghosh Das, Amit, Manojit Nandi, that barbar, the demon, that Vijay Singh, Bimal Ghosh, Bimal Singh, Vijay Das, Vijay Datta, Vijay Tarabdar, Vijay Goyal, Vijay Chauhan, Vijay Singh, then Vijay Ghosh, Vijay Datta, the Vijay Das, Vijay Nandi, etc. My mouth, under the tensions and attack, almost 3 hours last in each and every day's morning, evening, and the middays, 1 or 2 hours interval, their horrible attack. Today also they have come as Falguni Singh, Ashwini Singh, Javato Singh, Bhupesh Datta, Satyabata Datta's uncles, Vijitesh Gupta, the Dinesh Dipankar বিশ্বাস, অসিত সুমিত গুহ, অতনু গুহ will, as he is present, but he is also astonishingly exclamation that crime doing by the one prominent Guha Bengali criminal immigrant to USA, and so many black browns with their relatives that is Jyotsna Das, Madhu Sarkar, Subrata Sarkar, Subhas De, Sujit Nandi, Turja Datta, Sumit Sarkar, Alok Mukherjee, Ajay Das, Jan Tarabdar, Lakhan Sarkar, Videsh Ghosh, Sumit Ghosh, Nishit Datta, Nishit Bej. In this way, surname is coming because I am unable to consult the whole veterinary list of the so-called criminals who was the anarchist party membership to enjoy Jyoti Bose Kambuddha Dev Bhattacharya anarchism periods of Bengal last 35 years as the curses to India. Before them, this curses is coming at least in Bengal for 3 to 4 generations. By the last 90 years, the leftist, the God, very strange monster, devil nature, because that the divinity country is India, and is in divinity, the God want his establishment, because this leftist whose milder forms of Islam, Muslims and some Jesus fellows jointly in Bengal or India made crisis in the belief of the thousand years, the traditional belief which was so prominent and vivid, naive, powerful, strong belief on the strong truth and the people's wiseness, practical wisdom and knowledge, flow traditions were there. Only recently, for last 1,000 years, under the Islamic rule, the Barbar lecture, the people from Hindu community greedy, the satanic mind to make relationships for the power enjoyment, denying God. And then the recently coming of M.K. Gandhi and his parallel times, Nehru, B.R. Ambedkar, and others who were arrogant to defy, deny the Indian sagas, who to keep this Indian scripture concept to make truth and as the whole art garden were being provided by India, the mother India was so much important to the whole world to revive the religious concept. At least 2000 or 2000, half 500 years, frequently as India to be maligned by the satanic greedy people, to do prudence, to deny, dare, to do wrong, as we to claim themselves God. Its words betray cheating. They are the betrayal game, the cheating game, treacherously killing game, killing faith trust, claiming Srirobinji, the servant of Indian Praja, as they are coming, misutilizing the evil constitution of B.R. Ambedkar. This evil, the Monojit Nandis, Tomajit, Dr. Nandi, Soumajit, Amit, Alok Das, Bijoy, Vidyut Dubey, Binoy Ghosh or Binoy Datta, Santosh Ghosh, Pairavat Singh, Jagawar Singh, Dushmant Singh, Dushant. Dushmant Singh, the Gagan Singh, Gokul Singh, then Gokul Makul Nandi, the Monojit Nandi, the so-called Origin or Abhijit, they too pronounce those maybe suppressing their original name. That Abhijit, Nandi, Sumit Sujit, Subhrajit, to keep such names Sushital, Sons, the evil, then Mridula, the Dipankar, Dinesh Gupta, Dijain, Dinesh, Datta, and Bahadur groups are too barbar to, to reduce to do whaling, remaining under the Mexican Gulf as the curses. The what Bruce Lee, the fighter jet plane of Bermuda Triangle experience, as somebody once provided that crucial videos and another people to describe even today's the Bermuda Triangles, as they have been trapped and they are trained, missing, and the people, thousands of Indians, brought misleading, trapping, trafficking from India and abroad to misutilize their services as slaves to dictatorship, to design for great development, extension of that evil, department maintenance for the scientists. As too many good people with guns showing under life threat being misused to do this massacre, annihilations of all kinds of creatures in funny, ridiculous manner, where they misusing the undersea depth, metals, magi sex witches, they scientifically set up, then some ambers, trades, mainly to catch the earth in our body in our gravitational threads, the body to be pervaded with the finest, thin, nano, microscopic, fitted, the finest thread with heavy metal or amber, silicon gels, water, that heavy salt solution of undersea, rotating those molecules, solution heavy molecules, subatomic molecules, that trapped in those oceans which were being rotated, vibrations, twisting, shearing. The, they are using these waters to pack the inner gravitational streams to come down with their metallic platforms, perforators, penetrating devices in their American surface when they to focus that magnetic, artificial magnetic power creation, laser magnetic, extremely laser magnetic, to wrap that their opposite their surface gravitational invisible frame with the magnetic field as a magnetic jammer, catcher, then wrapper, twisting, holding their machine setup, rotating, jumping, folding of their setup in the revolving, then vortexing, twisting, shearing. The sea and earth, within sea and earth, water, to drag even the cosmos to create monster blue whale, monster black hole. So that they, with this finest power, were supposed to have that God particle like power as if to mechanically extract God power with machine. So what their witchcraft is, thousands witches, vagina, breast, innereveryr, umbilical cord, eyebrows, which is called the killer vagina, being misused in thousands units layer of hundreds layer. They are arranged in such a astonishing manner, seas covering the whole Mexican Gulf is their grip. Each and every direction, every square kilometer, as if one secret units are moving in randomly to trace souls moving, that living souls, the creatures or dead souls, to drag atmospheric all elements, water vapor, heat, light, sound, smell, and touch related all color dollars, the materials with their vaginal and the umbilical, that calls that breast, what is called that amber, that sea salt edge to help to give this extra power, twisting, catching, wrapping, contact in most quartz manner to attract all far as each and everybody's have soul, mind, so that which is to play this mind part, psychosomatic field, through this inner vaginal surface, the breast, the inner willpower to two ways, the vagina rotating in cyclic anti-cyclic way, to make tight and to make disperse, penetrating, pervading, what is called unfolding of the bodies of males or females with their breast, umbilical cords or forehead, that surface, body surface, vagina inner surface, even that mouth sucking with that psychosomatic field to touch as if all souls and mind, psychosomatic plays, which is called mind action. The all actions are mind based. Unless mind active, the people will be dead, paralyzed, no action. So when this mind action been stopped, that is declared as a death. That is relative of the active soul. Soul when active to play the mind, the wrath minds on the soul. So the evils, the misusing those Indian mythology, that India as a yogic power of the divinity, and that has perforated naturally from India to Mexican Gulf in the finest way, revolving the earth matter in so much subatomic, atomic level vibration, rotational revolving, so that earth spinning can be overcome to keep these all creatures respiration. That is the God activity, to keep that all his creatures viable, their respirations effective, but the demons when found to make suffocation inert hardness of the earth, pose God's activity to resist that the people or the rest creatures cannot maintain respiration come cardiac pumping. The cardiac arrest, respiratory arresting are the body functional. So this will of these witches, ladies who to do sex coitus, in which phenomenon to extract semen on that vaginal coitus basis to their partner, male's body inner, to make such a perforated molecular level rotations. So their willpower also with this water, as if they also in this time to do that some portions, but main activity is being done by these witches, Dainies, the sex criminal, killer vaginas, breast, eyebrows, umbilical cords, that horrible sea water, that heavy metal concentration is given in the depth of undersea and the metallic, that inert making set up to drag the magnetic track that all aeroplanes as this human killer from remote remaining undersea secret place misusing undersea water gravitational thread mind path psychosomatic imponderable invisible ways to kill life snatching to abridge the life of the million billion in the ridiculous funny manner without reason no animosity even the scientists and the US government people also unable to learn what is happening around this all ocean of this. The so-called pretending their advisor, CIA agents, US aides, misusing to remain in the undersea, to extract that artinar visibility with their camera and this widget, to locate, to see this all past and present times activity happening. So they are to act as a spy now with this artinar camera. So as they have got that killing and the greedy satanic peoples who to act as the satanic servants of the various English-speaking governments. So they have captured gradually all countries' politics, the business as the multinational hood, and they have killing the all high-tech ownership managing. So they become the main, the government of USA, the shadow satanic government runner as the ombudsman who to block as they only that to give this all secret clues of happening. And they are the misuser of the whole USA spy funds, police, coastals, guards, etc. Then private, Lockheed, Martin, aerospace, the Silicon Valley's information, digital, computer, camera, then rail, trains, cruise, hovercraft, satellite, launching missiles, all technologies. They have as a private investor, institutional, that is evil institutional. All private, as Christianity there, democracy is there. So why should be this private institute should remain and thrive? As Jesus first activity is charity. So they should come participate in the government, where transparency, as those countries' government running on the principles of Lord Jesus, Bible. But although this Bible is dependent on Indian Gitas or scriptures, but they partly in that way that all world archaeological teachings that Indian scriptures Sanskrit version have been translated into English. So those are being misused by those earlier scientists to get philosophical transaction of Indian concept, even Einstein and other Heisenberg. So there's all kind of philosophical transaction reading this Indian scriptures, and the people to witches, to help the druids, to help them to develop science, to give this concept, remaining undersea or sea boats, to speak from far lands, to insert, to do sex python with those who to do brain work, active brains, so they to get influence. If they give love, opposite sex romance from distance as an active heroism, so they feel proud, both each other to feel pride, their exchanges of earth in earth, mystic visions, to get those scientists of this uncivilized, partly nature, who does not accept fully Indian mythology, but to cheat, to mislead, copying Indian thoughts, to create another Jesus, whose real Jesus is Lord Sri Krishna, the Ram, Buddha, or etc., all 10 incarnations and Sage Muni's concept from India, what Bible is described, all Indian concept. There's nothing else new, even Quran. So all Buddhism is practically Hinduism or Orthoism, that Aryanhood. It's not a new or separate one from Indian old traditional religious flow. He was the ninth incarnation. This month, Vaisakh, yesterday, day before was his birthday or his yogic enlightenment days. His Vaisakhi Purnima, full moon day, is very famous now in the whole world. But this evil Satan, to misuse the scope with these mystic witches and this Indian, as they have come as Indian curses, Indians land-born, caste-born families. So they too translate and to those thoughts to propagate, copying those, reciting to mesmerize, convince the scientist, and to make bow down at their feet now, making mind mesmerized puzzles with their powers, remaining under sea, waters and depth. So they have horrible crisis created in the scientific of Western, partly killing them, misusing them. Now those peoples are practically captured all Christian institute as their monopolies. Those evil satanic gurus, witches, druids, even devoid of any religious qualities or witchcraft power, even those thoughts, they do not have real visions unless cameras to play as their wisdom or willpower. That knowledge, as Indian Rishi Munis, as I am Srirobinji, at God's agent, as trying to, or their help of the Jagat Guru Sri Sri Mukteswar Maharaj Ji, the world preacher, that Guru, that vibrant, active, enlightened soul like Buddha, who was get attainment at Mukteswar Himalaya, that Amara Desh, Hita Desh, Kumaun, Uttarachal, where I supposed to come as he to wait me for at least after his entire enlightenment, what is all fulfilled by 1970 onwards, as God sent, I have been God sent, so He to wait for me to reach Mukteswar, to give those teaching to me at that place by 12 years constant contact closeness. Once I have reached His meditation seat, His asana, His room, His court, His place, His active physical visionaries, to make my mind influence His mind path, invisible, that power as in nature, to capture my mind, to sit, to enter in my heart, and to robe my heart to make His vehicle, I to convince that I have to as I have natural inherent the God fearness, to speak truth, that form inborn, as if I have from my surroundings family members, the God fearers, and they were imbibed with this God fearers, finest feeling as if God is to see as royal, that archaeological Sri Vishnu put the Rajdhara, Sadhudhara, Suddha, Vratadhara, Buddhi, Dhi, Mati. So they too remain as Arjavanta, Manuvanta, the Muni Rishivanta, Vanata, as if they are to make similar heroism like Lord Ram, his sons, clans, kings, ministers, sages. So Suravanta, Sura, Charitra, the characters possessing life leading as per the heavenly leaders, the deities, devas. So that is called Suravanta, sadhus, to make to remain Aryanhood. I am born in this sun clans, the Arja Vangsha, the Ravi Kuli, that Harikuli, Haricules. But all Roy is not have that power unless God has catalyzed, stimulate, teach, guided, active, physically pervading my heart to see it, to run as superimposing his mind projecting as he has that power to project, to throw his psychosomatic field to enter in my body inner in invisible ways to see it deep bottom of my conscience. So gradually he to give teaching, transfer all his powers. Even he, leaving his souls, probably he is sitting within me. As he is extracted, that incarnative powers is playing also. But I do not know exactly another, the God chosen soul, maybe on earth, he is to also parallelly plays his roles that I do not know. My God, that my Lord, Guru, Sri Muktasar Maharaj, discouraged to claim me as the God agent openly, but he is to claim me, you is a Raj Charitra, Raja of the earth. You have the tiger lion like power, God fearing, and that mind power, strong force, goodwill power, be good, do good, sincerity, interest, obligation, feeling, and that God-fearer, the responsibility, sympathy to help, to do for others. So I need to initially, during my teaching, his teaching, my learning period, he to address me Rishi Kumar or Rajkumar. Rishi Kumar during their his guru's spiritual teaching to grow Raj power, kingly power, then monarch, world running Raj Chakravarti. The Sri Vishnu powers, the Lord Shiva powers, to insert, to make awaken, to make more stronger, giving much more revolving, vibrating power, willpower, visionary, activeness to pervade the earth like his body. Then when he left his mortal frame, to permanently to remain not in 12 figures, but to remain in one figure, to guide me to remain earthier or cosmos. He was a cosmic figure. He is so finest. His mind throw, mind play, a super cosmic manner. He has cosmic mind. So he to play in this way. So he gave me all his powers gradually transferred, transcendental, invisible, imponderable ways. And he too so urged to continue the unfinished Rishi Aurobindo, who has a lot of books on the humanity, development, unity, for brighter, honest, religious life leading to establish that common creator seed, India, as a divine seed, and mother also, mother force also to act on India. So this mother as the Jagadhatri of the whole world, that queen mother to remain also in India, and the father as a divinity also to play in India. So Indian soul beneath that Mexican Gulf ocean is become horrible, suitable place. The God, through his partly powers, also playing on the demon, unconscious minds, but the evil propensity, the greedy of the satanic body, and the undersea medium of the Mexican Gulf is always satanic greedy type to attract, to make dominance on others. Remaining inferior, but to kill a funny way, to terrorize, to get extract, they also be to be taken as their gurus, leadership, kinghood, lordship, or deities, devastators, forgetting God, to deny, to enforce to deny the divinity of the Indian devas, deities claims, or Sagamunis, even through the camera, learning these all mystic powers of the yogis munis, they have not convinced that Sagai Muni Rishi's power is there, what is truth in the Indian scriptures, that is truth, that is fact, but they cannot adopt those as the reality, that they cannot take in that what the resultant, what is Indian scriptures to say that your deeds will decide your next phase of life, next phase of life cycle, to get lower or higher birth, sufferings, or to get heaven, to remain in comfort without that severing nature of cold or hungry feelings, sex or greediness, attraction or nature or materials or elements should remain in the super vibrating, revolving, repulsion, distractions, revolving, displacing, unwinding, spinning power, that atomic spinning, what you got concept, that electron spinning. So even that we have that we concept that charges, that clouds of electrons. So those what that particles, God particles, sub particles, the Indians, Muni rishis to play with their minds and souls, supercosmic minds, that mind cannot be recorded with this your light, etc. So those remain unexplainable, untraceable, invisible. So my Gurudev's active cosmic plane playing, they could not learn that he is a mastermind incarnative power, as if he is a real rishi or king of the earth. But they too think as a simple eating, drinking people. So they snatch his life. As I was, as his quartz form, to quartz away his power being played through my body, even for far distance from Mukteswar, he to play a supercosmic mind path to guide me to my all protection, he to manage with other deities, devas, muni, rishis, dead souls from Mukteswar. So he to play my body from far distant Mukteswar. So always my cosmic and active brain to remain as a Thakur Ramakrishna like, that Muni Rishi power plays conscious willpower and strong willpower that could have that machine to detect, that witches to see my aura glows of my inner body being traced as I have related, always attentive, compassionate thinker, active one, truth speaker, heroism, not a spineless, not non-envious, truth speaker. So I have that very good, all charming. So all I to fascinate with my charming character, modesty, nobility, to remain most attractive characters within my families, my surroundings, my influence, who to remain to avoid sins or to do any kind of wrongs with my near surroundings or girls or ladies or creatures, even to snakes. So, I to remain as a non-envious, heroism. Even my unconscious, that plays, that wishes, my mother, Lord Saraswati, deity, mother, goddess, Lakshmi, mainly Saraswati, then Durga, Ma Kalika, other yoginis, Jaya, Vijaya, Chinnamostas, Mataras, Balagons too, and the dead souls, my own mother, grandmothers, good souls of my clans, relatives, countrymen, nearer to reach me, to sit on my heart as God activity. They also to help others. So partly coming, leaving me, yet coming from long distance to learn, to protect me from snakes, accidents, that these evil devils always tried to cause to reduce life's pain from an envious. to abridge, to short my lifespan, to make cripple, to poison, in food poison time to kill, in sudden attacking manner, as with cholera, even the Joestar, herpes infections, as if they tried to kill me, my mother, brothers. That one mind mesmerizing curses was brought, one snake cobra from our near side. What I do not know. We killed two snakes, black and white cobra, in same earth hole, our ponds, northwest direction, where I used to see it, but at that time I was very young. But later on I thought that there is, as you know, further, cobra is there, but full of cobra still to remain. But I to ignore, because the God to guide me, and even I have moving on the snake head, the earth, without fear. But when they think that snake population is becoming too much, and in Bengal or India, due to this magnetic field being increased, bringing dipping metal at Indian underneath Mexican Gulf. So their mosquito growth, flies, is becoming too much. Then suddenly we to see this, the damaging of the forest, the drought. Floods also there. There was on the death year of my great uncle, Chandicharan Ajit Chandidas of Bankura, came again in my family, is my greater uncle. He was so inner royal, conscious, learned, power, capacity, grasping, religious, voice, thought, consciousness, intelligence, honesty, God-fearer, devoted to Mata Durga and Lord Shiva. He was very much fond of Lord Shiva and Mata Durga. But he does not to take this way, but he was wrong partly, because there was much of critical twin identity, as if hora same Atma, not supposed to be different, but under the misleading thoughts of these leftist, so-called bogus gurus of India and Bengali, who to make difference with Lord Shiva and Krishna, Buddha, Rama, etc. As they to do defeat demons, so they as if to gun against Lord Rama, Krishna, Buddha, as if evil, they to cheating as if to kill these demons. But they do not think as the need of God, Lord Shiva's impetus and compulsion, because that cheaters, the betrayal, the demon's inherent nature, the treacherous killer, to be also betrayed, if we need it, that minus into minus is plus. If it is envious, to making envious, you have to be envious, ultimately to kill those killers. So that is also envious, but that is not a harmful. You are killing envious in envious manner. That envious into envious is positive envious, goodness bringing. But if he is one positive, another is minus actions, that is final result is harmful, minus, non-acceptable by the God or law, religious law. But thus, when my God or my Guru is giving, imbibing positive, to create positive, that positive plus good in thee. But the Satan, the devil Danav, to teach with telling positive but evil minus, so that is harmful teaching to misleading. So today's the two words has come. Surabanto is a Sarabanto. Sarabanto is a servant. Servanto, servant, kingly, as a Sura, that ministerial power, kingly power, that is we call servant. That all political servant, governmental servant is a ministerial, kingly power, the Sura power. In India, what is there? Sarkar. Sarkar actual word is Surakar. Matlab Sura like, devas like working, mental power, liability, truth speaking, responsibility, sincerity, always watching, feeling, learning that God existence is there, He is looking me, following me. He can learn my all suppressive attitude of crimes that cannot be kept suppressed forever. Because He is always to see those, but we feel as we do not see Him, His active role to deny, defy the God's visionary. But in my clan, my rooms at Visnupur, that Raj throat, the traditional, the Raghav, that Raghu Raj, the Rajabanta, Munibanta, Rishibanta, Sadhu Suddhabanta, Aryan Arjabanta, Arja Charitra Banata, Muni Charitra, Manu Charitra Banata, heroism, practicing, following, adopting, to pursuing their heroic path, their life leading, their teaching. So that Visnupur was remained as active congregation, pilgrimage of the whole world. Not I am talking about world, but India, Mahabharat और भारत. भारत के सारे योगी मुनि ऋषि congregation meeting place. But later on, the world's pupils to come. The another part was Nalanda, Gaya, Rajagriha. The same Visnupur cult or co-cult. Same Sri Lakshmanji, elder sons of God's capital. That same Raghuvis, Lord Ram, inner mind, conscious flower, he is still to remain active another 4,000 years in the world. Apart that Lord Sri Vishnu's another incarnation, Sri Krishna, will remain active another at least 7 years. Of Buddha is at least 9 years, 9,000 years. 1,000. One incarnation, full incarnative power will be able to remain active until their nature will be too cosmic or to be coarse. So that influence powers will not be able to play other Muni Rishis, Yogis, Raj Karma, goodness bringing, teaching powers. So they have to come again art to make either finest and also attach to it this Indian psychosomatic field. So this is my nutshell today about this horrible demons, curses reached and gathered, doing harming. So I have to re-establish for the whole world political rules, norms, the God teaching as to say, explain, revive, revolutionary to help as Rishi Aurobindo's 15th August message 1947 is become too much crucial to my all associates underneath remaining, who to see me, to follow me, to appraisal my spiritual power playing, my integrity, truth speaking, compassion, kindness, originess, anxiety, torridhood, the real brave, the real explaining power, the reigning obligations, the birthright, to claim king on the earth. As my Gurudev, they also to learn my memories and conversations, discussing, his talking, advising from that underneath cosmic, not cosmic mind, but this mind, my mind, at least they too, or he speak that voice, mute voice, they can still it to run, to come, to consult, to make as if videography. So they are to accept me as their king or Gurudev to teach, to keep them, their body also active in this what metallic, deep, compact system to remain in consciousness. What horrible fighting there as a devotion to fight the demons, as I have written in my ashram. My ashram is Om Bom, that song, Hey Chandrachud. But I will not be able today to record any videos. They are coming to attack as they are not ready to, to broadcast, publish this video immediately because they are in fear as my God's agent, my friendship, devosana is active because they are partly cheating, misleading, keeping suppressed that who are spiritually unable to learn Indian mythology for language barrier or that birthright to believe, to discuss, to learn all this my Bengali, Sanskrit or Hindi language based discussion. Always I am not speaking English even and that they are not able to reach my place. From far distance, my voice, when I am speaking in English, my videography, and their setup, this setup is also they are contributed. They are also operating in this system, but they are still unable to, but gradually they have been convinced. But Rishi Aurobindo and my powers, my Gurudev left memories, power playing, being possible that machine to revive, to replay. So they are all the whole world, all religious people being brought at the evening or for God wishes, willing, for His Majesty, re-establishment, as if divinity is there, God is there, as I am to play in quartz manner, and the machine to record, and India is the seat of the divinity, God, Trinity, seat, mothers, the natures, main active, the force epicenter place. So they all have accepted, but the evil demons, as their greedy quartz, they too think enjoyment of art, the sex, is their prime importance like detail. They believe that misdeed will cause or put in suffering. So they to deny till again, even the scientific instrument, what they are misusing to go behind dead souls, to harm as to deny the reward, not to fly, go away, heaven, and to trap the dead souls and to bring cosmos, nebula, the matters into the deep ocean, for that so many planes plunging into the Bermuda Triangles. But that is not being practiced at Mexican Wall, but they have practiced for your the satellite, messenger, vehicle, for space research, Kalpana Chawla, so many space shuttles they have destroyed from this undersea Mexico Gulf or even planes, as if they have crashed. Is engine failure, but they have locked and the magnetic field is in that powers the psychosomatic field of the divers sit in us to remain, to play all those aeroplanes activity, to take making the pilot in half slept condition, to run as their wishes, to cause accident, to take control the all switches of these panel boards of aeroplanes, and as they have become manufacturers of the all software, the software laboratory locking, cyber crime doing facilities, and undersea, they have sprayed, connected the optical fibers to have that internet, Wi-Fi, and that satellite connections of that optical fibers, automations, lab, to get help so many things the evil scientists are bound to do, to trap planes, why so many aeroplanes have been that Indonesia, Malaysia, and Ethiopian, Sudanese, Tajikistan, etc., Russian, Britishers, France, so many people, countries, aeroplanes crashed. So today's my voice has to be reduced. Now I should stop.